Hello, my name's Gav. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going racing. So I've been away from sim racing for a while, and in that time, one of my favorite simulators in the world, Automobilista 2, got a host of new content, updates, tracks, everything. And people are saying it's starting to really come together. Now, I've always been a fan of AMS2. It's been one of my favorite simulators of all time. But with all this new content, I decided that it might be fun to go check out the new content and see how it drives. So we're going to jump in, do a massive multi-class race, try out some of the new cars, test the new physics, and overall see how AMS is doing. Let's jump into the sim. So here we are in AMS2, trying out some of the brand new content. Well, new to me. AMS2 has added one of my favorite tracks in the entire world, which is Road Atlanta. I honestly love this track, and we now have a host of IMSA stuff through their licensing with IMSA. So we're going to do a race with the LMDHs, the LMP2s, I know that's maybe not IMSA anymore, and the GT3 Gen 2s, with Clint Eastwood driving, apparently. I've also got a mod installed which gives us proper liveries and proper driver names and all the good stuff like that. As you can see, Jensen Button is driving the Porsche 963. I thought he drove the Cadillac. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's jump into this, see what the physics are like on the GT3s, because I've heard they're much improved, and let's just see what the driving is like in AMS2 these days as we jump straight into it. Okay. Oh dear, I have no power. That was strange. Anyway, we're starting somewhere in the middle in the GT3 car. Let's turn my traction control and, oh, my ABS is on 10. All right, we're good to go. Let's go in the Rex Porsche, because that car is cool. We've got Lamborghinis now as well. We didn't have Lamborghinis before. Right, let's try and hang it around the outside. Oh, this is apparently a more accurate, up-to-date IMSA version of Road Atlanta, not that version we've been driving for years in iRacing, which may not be the most accurate possible, but it does look good, as with all tracks in AMS2, and I'll tell you what, oh my lord! These GT3 cars definitely feel more planted and less welded diff slidey. I've not driven Road Atlanta probably since iRacing, so I remember which way it goes around, I just don't remember where my braking points were. But this feels really nice, and the AI look as racy as ever. I love this back straight. I've done so many races on Road Atlanta in iRacing. Just feels nice to drive it again, but we're going to dive up the inside. Can we get the car stopped? Just about. Goodbye, Mr. Mer, because we might lose it again because of my poor driving ability. You think driving in the Sims, like riding a bike, you would never forget what to do, but I seem to have forgotten all of my racing ability. Anyway, I think we brake about here. Yep, that seems about right. God, this sim is fun. These cars are fun to drive. I'll tell you what, this is a incredibly massive improvement since I last drove it, which the last time I drove AMS2 and did a video on it was probably 2023. So it's been almost 2 years since I've been on the sim, as you can probably tell from how slow I am, but oh yeah, there's definitely that. I can feel the slide coming and I can catch it, but it's a slide that I did myself. It's not just sliding all over the place. They definitely the cars feel more planted. I'd be really interested to give a go at the LMDHs and the LMP2s. I loved driving the LMP2 in iRacing, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like here. Can we get this car stopped in time? Just about this time. And we drive out that corner. We're catching the group in front of us, but my rustiness is certainly rearing its head. The amount of times I've gone off in that corner as well. So there's more content as well coming for AMS2. The team at Reza are doing an incredible job of bringing new content across. I'm pretty sure there's a deal with Aston Martin that they're working on or has already been signed, so we should see some much loved Aston Martin content. But this feels really good. I feel really connected to the road, I feel connected to the car. The only thing that's really letting this down is my driving. But then again, even when I was sim racing consistently, I never really was that fast. Like, I can't even catch up with this pack of AI here, but we're gonna keep giving it a go. 3 laps left to go. And this also gives me a chance to, now that I'm putting semi-regular content back on the internet, is there anything, I mean, is anyone watching anymore? But is there anything that you would like me to do? I'm tentatively back into sim racing, mostly with AMS and EA Sports WRC because I love my rally. I did a little test video back on EA WRC. I'm interested by Le Mans Ultimate. Obviously, when I was in the heat of sim racing, that was not around, and I hear that game is pretty great. And I like rFactor 2. I made a video a while back on how I was actually wrong about rFactor 2, and it's actually a really wonderful driving sim. So I'd love to give Le Mans Ultimate a go. I've not really driven, like the hypercars were just coming to iRacing when I was coming off iRacing. That's one thing I don't have, and I probably won't be doing, is an iRacing subscription. I don't want sim racing to take over my life again, so and I just don't have time to put into iRacing now as much as I used to. So I won't be jumping back into iRacing, but AMS2 is really fulfilling that. Be interesting to see what the online is like as I go way too deep into that corner. But look how racy this AI is. It's so good. I'm genuinely blown away by this. AMS2 was always my favorite simulator, but I knew it had its shortcomings, but this is really, really fun to drive. It feels intuitive. You feel connected to the road. The car feels predictable. And of course, just as I say the car feels predictable, I put it into the wall. This is how most of my videos are finishing these days, but we've only got a lap and a half left, so we might as well finish it. That was completely my own fault. That is not because of the sim. I just put the power down way too early and put it into the wall. No damage, so we're all right, but just stupidity. I cannot drive anymore, can I? Let's get up on that curb, see if that helps. See, look at that. Just kicking the back end out of this Porsche. Porsche's always been one of my favourite cars to drive, never the fastest, but I've always loved driving the Porsche. I think it's so much fun to drive. We're going to finish out the race. We'll get this last lap done. We'll see if we can catch the back of this car. I'm braking so late for that corner. The gear might be a little bit more stable than second. Yeah, I think it is. This is amazing. If you are not driving AMS2 at the moment, as someone that's been out of AMS2 for a long time and is now just jumping back into it, the tyres feel like tyres, which they didn't always feel like, did they? Anyone that's played AMS2 will tell you. This is a massive, massive leg up on what it was before. It just feels so good. And the amount of content that is now in this game, with modding available. Obviously, I've downloaded an IMSA pack, and modding is so easy now with AMS2 Content Manager. It's literally plug and play, which before, trying to get skin packs and everything could be a little bit difficult. And come onto the back straight for the final time. There is a gaggle of cars in front of us. I don't think we're going to catch them, but wow, that is brilliant. Well done, Reza. This is an absolute delight to drive now, which I've always said about AMS2, but I'm glad that this feels like a sim that some other people could definitely sink their teeth into now, rather than it just being for the weird Reza fanboys and the Project Car 2 fanboys. And there we go. Across the line. Brilliant. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that. That was great fun. So there you go. That's my opinion on what AMS2 is like now, albeit a very poorly driven opinion, but still my opinion. Look, AMS2 is super fun to drive at the moment. I really enjoyed it. It's a massive step up from where I left it a few years ago, even though it's been one of my favorite sims. So to have all this extra content and everything is just awesome. It really feels good to drive. So if you've not tried AMS2, please jump back in, get the content, see what it's like to drive. It might surprise you now. Thank you very much for watching. This is the end of the video. If there's anything you'd like to see from the channel going forward, please let me know down in the comments below. Until then, I will see you the next time I'm on your screens. Have a great week ahead. Enjoy your sim racing and goodbye.